All right, y'all, I'm back. It's crazy. Thank you for all the love and the prayers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you probably need to watch part 1 of this video because your girl had a whole allergic reaction while trying to do a challenge with you guys to help you start your business. But I am back and here I am, and not looking like Martin anymore. Like, my face was looking crazy. Okay, but this is part 2. I am so glad that you guys are excited. I see you getting started in the comments. I'm glad that it worked out, that I did that video off camera. So I am going to do a little bit of this video on camera, and then I'm going to go off camera because I think that that was very effective. So let's do that again. Let's do that again. Of course, I got my notes. If you are new here, because I know some people were new and had just stumbled across the challenge, this is a 4-part series, and I am doing this in collaboration with Printify to help you start your t-shirt business in 30 days. And if you can sell 5 shirts, then you get the opportunity to work with me to help you scale your brand to unlimited amounts. Okay, so this is part 2 of that part 4 series. And again, we are working with Printify in order to get started. So you have to sell your t-shirts through Printify in order to qualify. So this video is going to be all about how to set up your store on Printify. The first video was about how to create your designs, figure out what you're gonna do, all of that stuff. And I'm glad that in that video, I ran into the issue with a trademark because you are going to want to, as you're brainstorming, coming up with ideas, make sure that you're in the clear and you're not infringing on anybody else's trademark, and that you're really doing your research and all of that, and that you're willing to pivot, because that's what business ownership is. If you're not willing to quickly switch, change, move, do something else, then this may not be for you, because this happens a lot where I have gotten to the finish line of something and had to be like, oh my God, I got to start over. So be willing to pivot and change throughout this process. But again, this video is going to be about setting up your Printify store, deciding who you want to use, if that's going to be Amazon, Shopify, a Printify pop-up store, TikTok shop, maybe Etsy, and some others, right? So I'm gonna walk through how to set those up, and also how you can start building community, because I'm a huge proponent of you marketing before you launch. Let me say it again. Market before you launch, so that you have customers waiting on your product, especially because we're in the middle of a challenge, right? So that means you need to have 5 people ready, or 1 person ready to buy 5 things on deck before you launch your stuff, all right? So building community is the most important thing, in my opinion, for people to stand out with a t-shirt brand. And what does that mean, building community? Like, Crystal Lee, you mean I need to gather a bunch of people in a circle and we need to be singing hymns? No, you need to get a bunch of people, and maybe y'all can do that, to rally around what it is that your t-shirt represents, right? A bunch of people that believe what you believe, who are down with your cause, who are down with everything that your brand is about, which is what we discussed in part 1, your niche, right? Your target, who you're specifically talking to. You want to gather these people up, which means that before you launch, you need to start creating your social media accounts. All right, create all of your social media accounts. Start gathering your samples of your product, right? Because we already designed our t-shirt, and it's okay if you're like, well, I'm still going back and forth with it. It's all good, right? Gather your people for that as well. People love to see the creation of a thing because it's so real to see somebody else starting a business. People love that. So don't think you have to jump out and be perfect. Don't think you have to jump out and have it all the way together. But the one thing you have to know is who you're talking to, all right? Who you're talking to, the type of customers that you want, and start gathering them into a space. Some great ways to do that are Facebook communities, Instagram, Patreon, Reddit. You can do Pinterest, again, maybe TikTok. There are several ways for you to start gathering people based on content around either you, if you want to be seen in your brand, or just content that supports what your brand is about. So we're going to use t-shirts for this example. Of course, this is my brand, Girl Plus Guide. So if I was using Girl Plus Guide, for example, I'm going to start all of my brands, all of my at Girl Plus Guide pages across all of social media, and I'm just going to start posting content to encourage the women that I want to serve, right? Because I want to give something to them. I want to start giving. I want to start handing you something, right? So I'm going to start encouraging them. I'm going to start posting some quotes, right? Quotes do really well on Instagram. So I'm going to start posting some quotes. If I was still in the design phase, I may be like, hey, y'all, do you like maroon and gold, or would you prefer this to be gold with the maroon, right? I'm gonna start asking questions. Do y'all like this logo, or do you like the other logo better? And then you're gonna get people who are gonna be so invested that they can't wait until it drops, because they feel like they helped you to get this started, right? That is what you want. People who are going to stay with you until the end, the end, the end. You don't just want somebody to come buy a shirt and go, yeah, that's cool. But you want people who are going to be for lifers. There are people who have 20, 30 Girl Plus Guides. And if I drop it, they like, give me a shirt. Give me a shirt right now, okay? So I need for you to start building community. Start creating your pages, start talking to people, start going live, start sharing content, start seeing what people are responding to, okay? And again, you don't have to have your shirts yet, but once you do get them, you can start sharing pictures or mock-ups, asking people their feedback, because again, these are the people buying from you. A lot of people make this mistake. They jump in and they're like, yes, it's here, buy it now. And people are like, no, I don't like that. I didn't ask for that. No, thank you. Right? And then you get frustrated because you're like, I've been working on this for 5 months. And they're like, but we don't care because I didn't say that that's what I wanted. Okay. So get people involved and start creating your community. All right. Create your community, create your community. While you're doing that, you are going to be setting up your store via Printify. Now, the great thing about this is that you are building community, and Printify is going to be packing it and shipping it on your behalf. So your company, Girl Plus Guide, that is what your customers will see. Hey, I got a package from Girl Plus Guide. They have no idea that Printify exists. No idea, right? They think it is coming straight from you. No matter what platform you're using, they think that this has been shipped by you, all right? So we are gonna walk through the platforms, see which one we're kind of feeling, and I want for you to do this with me or watch me take notes and then go do it after me so that you can decide which platform you're gonna use, all right? So let's jump in over there. Okay, so this is how your dashboard should look. You should have your first product created, again, if you follow the steps from part 1. So now, as you will see, step 2 is for us to connect our store. Now, remember from this video earlier, your customers are going to receive your products no matter what you decide to use. All right. So this little symbol right here is Shopify. This is Etsy. Like no matter where you choose to go, even if you choose to use multiples, Printify is going to ship your stuff on behalf of you. All right. So all you have to focus on is your marketing and your sales, which we love. All right. So you're going to hit connect now. And then you will see they have Etsy, which will pop right up. Now, let's talk about the benefits between Shopify and Etsy, right? And there are others. Let's just peek real quick to see. So, of course, Etsy, Printify pop-up, which is still in beta, Squarespace. Okay, I have beginner friendly checked. I don't know why, but okay, let's hit all. So that is good to know, I guess, if you are brand new and you haven't, you're like, I'm just getting started. I just want to dip my toe in it. Then Etsy, Printify pop-up, or Squarespace is what they suggest. Lowest cost, we have Etsy, we have TikTok, we have Printify pop-up, WooCommerce, which that is if you have a WordPress website, you can connect WooCommerce to that, and then Press to Shop, which I have never used before. Easy setup. You see Etsy is here no matter what. Shopify, Printify, pop-up, Squarespace, and then Wix. Marketplaces, eBay, Etsy. Most popular, Etsy is still number one, and then Shopify we have number two, eBay, Squarespace. All right, and then if you hit all, you'll see all of these platforms that you can use, right? So you completely have your choice, and what I want for you to do is check all of them out and look at what they have to offer you. Maybe that's a free trial. Maybe that's a few months for a lower discount. Just kind of think about part one and think about your niche and the type of people that you want to reach, and think about the easiest way for you to connect with those people. Okay. I am a Shopify girl now, but I have used several different platforms, so it's really like it just depends on, what it is that you want. I know some people, they have a Shopify store and they sell on TikTok. I know some people that have a Shopify store and they sell on Etsy. I know some people who, they sell on Squarespace and they sell on TikTok. So it's totally up to you and what it is that you need. But because I was about to give you a comparison, let me go back to the most popular number one and number two, which is Shopify versus Etsy. All right. So you have Etsy, which is going to allow you to be a part of just an environment where people are already there to buy, right? When somebody logs on to Etsy, typically they are looking for something. And because Etsy is a platform where people can like type in Google and then you might pop up from your Etsy shop, it's a really good way for you to reach customers that are already there, especially because, and I'm going to pop over to Etsy right now, especially because when you are on Etsy, they actually kind of do some of the work for you. So if you have a store, okay, I'm going to check. Now they got it where you can just create your own t-shirt. I know that's right. I'm gonna do overstimulated because that's about how I feel right now. Okay, with all the TikTok ban stuff and all of I just feel like this. So this will be the perfect t-shirt for me right now. All right. So this company, this is a part of their store, right? And they have photos from reviews, all of that, all of the things, right? This is the shop where you can follow them, and then they show you more things from the shop, and then they show you other items from different shops, okay? Especially from people who have ads going. So what I'm trying to say is that if you are selling on a platform like Etsy, they are doing some of the work as far as marketing for you, right? They are showing the reviews. They are helping you with showing social proof, which is people actually have purchased your product. They are making it very clear and easy how much it is to ship. They are saying returns and exchanges are not accepted, and all of this, right? They are helping you with collections. So being a part of a platform like Etsy will help you to kind of integrate into something that is already working, right? Some people's gripes with Etsy may be like, well, hey, it's hard to stand out, or I've been on Etsy and you have to do an ad in order to be seen. My belief is that where you put your energy, that's where you will get the return, right? So if you go into it and you believe that, then you will get that as the return. If you do what we talked about in part one, then you will stand out because you're clear on your niche, and you'll be able to build your Etsy store accordingly, right? And your people will be able to find you here. You'll be able to take your link from your Etsy shop, post it in your social media, and do what you got to do, right? And this is if you just do Etsy alone, because you can also do Shopify if you chose to. Okay, so right now, we have like a pop-up and all that going on. People can sign in or sign up for our email list. So a lot of the things on Shopify, you have to do it for yourself. So everything you have to come over here and do, right? But you do have a lot of freedom and flexibility. And if you are like, look, I'm about to make $10 million with my brand, Shopify is for people who are serious, who know they're about to sell a lot, and they need to go ahead and get all of their stuff out and working here for them. All right. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with using Shopify and Etsy together, or Shopify and TikTok, or Shopify, TikTok, and Etsy and Amazon, whatever it is that you feel like you have to do. I just wanted you to see kind of the difference between both of them. With Shopify, obviously, you can't tell that this is Shopify. You just see my website. A lot of your favorite brands are on Shopify. You will never know it just because all you see is their brand. Okay. But a lot of brands are using Shopify, from beginners to $1 billion brands. And like I told y'all in part one, if it's billions to be made, I'm trying to make it, right? So I was like, let me go ahead and get on Shopify. But it took me probably at least maybe 6 months into starting my brand journey before I got on Shopify. So if you're brand new and you're like, I want to kind of take it a little slower, maybe you start on Etsy. Okay. If you're like, I'm ready to jump right on in, then maybe start on Shopify. Keep in mind, with Shopify, you are going to have to build your store out. They do have templates, but that is something else to keep in mind, that you have to build all of this yourself. With Etsy, you just get right on in, right? You get right to selling, or along with the other options like TikTok Shop, like Squarespace, no, because even with Squarespace, just like Shopify, you will have to build out a website. Okay. But like I said, what I want you to do, I can't obviously show you each and every one of them because we will be here forever. But I want for you to come into your Printify account, look at each of these, look at their description, go see what they have to offer you. Like I said, if it's a free trial, if it's whatever, play around with it. And then see which one you think will be the best for you. And please do not put pressure on yourself like, well, what if I select this and then this, and then what if I do this and then this? Listen, remember, this is business. So I have used several different ways to get my products to people. So even if you start with one now, you can always pivot. You can always use multiples. It's okay for you to use as many or as little as you need to, right? So check all of this out. You can see it has setup, best for, biggest market, subscription fee, and the cost for each of them. Okay. As you can see, Etsy, we only got $1 sign. For Amazon, we got 3. Okay. That means if you brand new, you may want to stay away from the 3. Unless you like, you know what, I'm a big dog. I don't care. I'm finna do it anyway. So depending on what it is that you're ready to do in your brand, come in here, see which one works for you, and get started. All right. Let me know in the comments where you are in the journey right now. I'm so excited for us to continue this with like how to really price and all of that. But first, I want for you to get set up, right? Get all of your stuff on a website. And if you don't know what to do, remember that you can also connect with Fiverr. Here's our little t-shirt we came up with that I can't use because it's trademark, but that's okay. Thank God I got my own brand. That you can always connect with Fiverr if you want help getting it set up. So don't get freaked out if you're like, well, I still don't know what to do when it comes to any of these. You can get somebody on Fiverr to set you up on TikTok, Amazon, Etsy, Shopify, all of them. I had somebody connect my my Shopify to TikTok shop. So don't get freaked out. Printify has so many different options for you. Like I said, let me know in the comments what step you're on right now. Thank you guys so much for being here for part 2. I cannot wait to see you in part 3. And we are almost at the finish line, y'all. All right. Love you. See you guys soon.